Today we are going to learn about mastering dependency injection in FastAPI. You'll discover how to use dependency injection to enhance modularity and scalability in your FastAPI projects, advancing your skills in software architecture design.
Welcome to this session on mastering dependency injection in FastAPI. Dependency injection is a design pattern used to implement IOC, allowing for the decoupling of components. By injecting dependencies, you can create loosely coupled, modular, and easily testable code structures. In this video, we'll explore how dependency injection works within FastAPI, a modern, fast web framework for Python. We'll cover its benefits in creating scalable applications and its role in managing complex application architectures. By understanding how to implement it effectively, you'll be able to streamline your FastAPI projects, making them more robust and maintainable.
Let's dive into setting up basic dependencies in FastAPI. A dependency in FastAPI is a function that can be called to provide a value that is then used in your path operation functions. To implement these dependencies, we use the depends function from FastAPI. The simplest way to understand this is by creating a dependency that logs request data. Start by defining a function, say, log_request takes a request object and logs it. You can then use the depends function to include this in your route handlers. This approach allows you to inject functionality into your application routes, leading to cleaner and more maintainable code. Dependencies are executed before the path operation functions and can be used to perform tasks such as authentication, logging, and more.
In FastAPI, not only functions but classes can also be used as dependencies. This is particularly useful when you want to maintain state or manage resources within a dependency. For instance, consider a database connection that you want to reuse across different routes. You can create a class that initializes the database connection in its constructor. This class can then be used as a dependency in your route handlers. The state and the resources managed by the class remain accessible throughout the lifecycle of the request. By using classes, you encapsulate the dependency logic, making your code more organized and modular. This pattern is particularly beneficial for complex applications that require persistent state across multiple requests. One common use case for dependencies in FastAPI is handling authentication. By using dependencies, you can secure your routes with authentication logic. For instance, you can implement OAuth2 with JWT tokens to authenticate users. Start by creating a dependency that validates the token. This function can extract the token from the request headers, decode it, and verify its validity. You can then use this dependency in your protected route handlers. This approach ensures that only authenticated users can access certain endpoints, enhancing the security of your application. It also decouples the authentication logic from your route handlers, making your codebase more maintainable. Creating reusable components is a key benefit of using dependencies in FastAPI. By designing your dependencies to be modular, you can reuse them across different routes and applications. For example, consider a logging component that you want to use across multiple routes. You can create a dependency that encapsulates the logging logic and inject it wherever needed. This approach not only reduces code duplication but also ensures consistency across your application. Reusable components can be anything from database connections to third-party API integrations. The key is to encapsulate the logic within a dependency and use the depends function to inject it into your route handlers.
Managing the lifecycle of dependencies is crucial for resource-intensive applications. In FastAPI, you can control the lifecycle of dependencies using context managers. This is particularly useful for managing resources like database sessions that need to be opened and closed properly. By using context managers, you can ensure that resources are managed efficiently, and any cleanup tasks are performed. For example, consider a dependency that manages a database session. You can use a context manager to open a session at the start of the request and close it at the end. This approach ensures that resources are not leaked and are reused effectively across requests. Testing is an essential part of software development, and dependencies play a crucial role in testing FastAPI applications. By mocking dependencies, you can isolate the components you want to test, making your tests more reliable and easier to write. For instance, when testing a route that depends on a database, you can mock the database dependency to return predefined data, allowing you to focus on testing the route logic. This approach is beneficial for both unit and integration testing. By decoupling dependencies from the application logic, you can write tests that are independent of the external systems, making your testing process more efficient and effective. Managing dependencies effectively is crucial for maintaining a healthy codebase. One of the best practices is to avoid circular dependencies, as they can lead to complex and hard-to-maintain code. Instead, design your dependencies to be modular and isolated, allowing for easier testing and maintenance. Documentation is also essential, as it helps new developers understand the dependencies and their roles. Consider using tools that automatically generate documentation for your dependencies. Additionally, integrate your dependency management into your continuous integration and deployment pipeline. This ensures that your dependencies are always up-to-date and consistent across different environments. For advanced use cases, FastAPI allows for sophisticated dependency injection techniques. One such technique is using asynchronous dependencies, which are essential for non-blocking I/O operations. You can define an async function as a dependency and use it in your async route handlers. Another technique is combining multiple dependencies into a single one, making it easier to manage complex scenarios. FastAPI also supports nested dependencies, where one dependency can depend on another. This is useful for scenarios where dependencies are interrelated. By mastering these advanced techniques, you can tackle complex application requirements efficiently.
Dependency injection is not just a theoretical concept, it has practical applications in real-world projects. Consider an e-commerce platform that needs to handle multiple services like payment processing, order management, and user authentication. By using dependency injection, each service can be developed as an independent module, making the overall architecture more flexible and maintainable. In a microservices architecture, dependency injection allows for easy scaling, as each microservice can manage its dependencies independently. This modular approach enhances the maintainability of the application, allowing developers to update individual components without affecting others. Even with careful planning, dependency issues can arise, making troubleshooting and debugging essential skills. Common issues include circular dependencies and incorrect dependency injections. FastAPI provides several debugging tools that can help identify and resolve these issues. For instance, you can use FastAPI's built-in error logging to identify where a dependency chain fails. Also, consider using Python's debugging tools, such as PDB, to step through your code and inspect the state of your dependencies. By understanding the common pitfalls and how to debug them, you can ensure that your FastAPI applications remain robust and reliable. In this video, we've explored the intricacies of mastering dependency injection in FastAPI. We've covered everything from setting up basic dependencies to advanced techniques and real-world applications. Dependency injection is a powerful tool for creating modular, scalable, and maintainable applications. As you continue your FastAPI journey, remember to apply these concepts in your projects and practice regularly. By doing so, you'll be well equipped to tackle complex application structures with confidence. Thank you for joining us, and happy coding.